So now we're back and we're gonna focus on the bottom vermilion border. We're gonna start with all my mapping points. And what you're gonna notice is, again, I'm gonna make a pocket. Another popular way is to put your finger into the client's lips and make your puncture. If you notice, I'm holding it flush up against the lip. You can aim up and just see what happens. So that injection did go in very well. Every single injection, I'm cranking my gun and I'm twisting just 2 twists. The reason why I'm only doing 2 twists is because I only want 2 divisions going in for each puncture. And I like to make my pocket like this. I find it goes in much smoother. And as you can notice, there's a lot less waste, okay? So we're plumping out the vermilion border. You always mirror everything. And keep it there for a few minutes, and you'll notice they're going in really nicely. I'm gonna do the same thing here, and again, you're making that pocket. Crank. And those all went in really nice. So now we're gonna go ahead and do the corner. And we're almost ready to refill our ampule. And what you're gonna notice is that our plunger is already at the top, which means we really don't have anything left, and you'll notice that that matches the fact that our gauge is already down at the bottom. So to reload this, we're gonna go ahead and untwist it all the way up to the top. When we untwist it, we're gonna go ahead and bring the ampule over to the tray. The reason why I'm reusing the ampule is because it's just for the same client. The other reason is because we're gonna be using the entire syringe of filler just on her. So because we're using the whole syringe of filler just on her, we can go ahead and refill this ampule and reuse it. We're gonna go ahead again and fill it to the 15. It's very important that you focus on filling it just to the 15. That way you don't waste any of your filler. You're gonna apply the plunger back in the bottom, and then we're gonna go ahead and calibrate the pen again. So now an important trick and trade about the Hyaluron pen is we've done all of our little markings, okay? So now I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna make some new mapping. So the first thing I wanna do is give her some definition at the Cupid's bow. So I'm gonna go in and shoot a little bit more right here to give her more volume. I'm also gonna shoot some in the meat of her lip right through here. And you can actually go ahead and inject in between every single injection site that you've already done. Popular places in the meat of the lip are right through here. So that way you give some volume and pout. You can go ahead and inject in between each line that you make, or above, below, and in between. You never want to inject the exact same hole twice. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna work on her top lip. So I'm gonna go ahead and make a pocket. I'm gonna place the pen directly into the meat of her lip firmly. And I went ahead and I shot it. I'm gonna wipe off any excess, and we're gonna move on to the next injection. Again, making a pocket. If the client does any bleeding and you find that it's getting in your way in the process of doing the treatment, you can use a baby wipe to wipe it away. You don't want to use alcohol, that would sting her. And that one went in great. So not all of them are going to go in perfectly. Remember, we are working with a device that doesn't have a needle. It's all about your angles and how you go ahead and apply your pressure. If you're using a flush, flat up against the lip application, and then you can see that her lip is getting plump. This filler, remember, is also 24 milligrams of hyaluronic acid. Because it's 24 milligrams of hyaluronic acid, it is a little thicker. I highly recommend using 20 milligrams of hyaluronic acid on a first-time client and see how they take it. Work your way up to the 24 because it is a thicker filler, okay? It has more viscosity. And if you notice, I'm just going in to the meat of her lip. Since this filler is the fine, even though it's 24 milligrams, it's going in very smooth. She's not getting any lumps or bumps, which are very common with this procedure. If you massage after every single injection, you're gonna get the filler to disperse, okay? And when the filler disperses out through the lips, it usually will become nice and smooth, all right? So if you wanna eliminate the lumps and bumps, you wanna go ahead and try and use a finer filler. And then another trick or tip would be to massage the pen like this before you let go. It really helps move it along. I'm gonna go ahead and move on to her bottom lip. Bottom lips tend to take this really well. So I'm gonna go right here. I made my pocket. And there we go. And you can actually see that it literally went into her lip. If a client has dry lips, which she does have some, what's gonna wind up happening is this is going to moisturize them. The hyaluronic acid is gonna go in and it draws in water molecules. So she's gonna really get a strong moisturization from this treatment along with a plump. What I'm gonna do for her is I'm going in every little mapping point that I put, and I'm going on the bottom of it, so that leaves me room to go ahead and add more to give her a super plump if she desires it along the top. You never go in the mucous membrane. Again, I'm making that pocket, pressing, massaging, and releasing. And then I always like to look and see exactly what's going on. So I can notice that her lip is getting nice and plump. So now I'm going to show you how to do mapping for some of simple wrinkle filling. I don't recommend with the Hyaluron pen doing anything above the nose. And the reason why is because this area is a danger zone. There's way too much vascularity in here and you can cause some nasty hematomas or bruises that could cause blindness. So we don't want to ever do that. It's just not worth the risk. I like to say nose are up, go ahead and get Botox, okay? Go ahead and go see one of your medical professionals if you have hollowing under the eyes and they can do some off-label filler treatments. I don't recommend ever doing it with the Hyaluron pen. One area that I do enjoy filling with the Hyaluron pen is the chin. All right, if you notice, this particular client has a very petite chin. She has a little indentation here. You can cause some elongation if you'd like. You can kind of make it more angular. And another popular area is the nasolabial fold. This area right here, by adding some volume, you can really plump the face up and give it some lift. I like to map the nasolabial folds like so. And then I'll go ahead and make an injection in between each one. I want to show you the placement on how to hold the skin and the pen when doing these sort of treatments. I've already charged my pen and dosed it. You're going to do 2 to 3 divisions depending upon your pen and depending upon the filler. When you do any type of wrinkle filler, you want to use a fine filler. When you're doing jawline enhancement, you want to use something a little bit thicker, more of the derm or grande level, and we go over that more in the training, okay? So when you're going to go ahead and do this treatment, you do the same thing. You need to make a pocket. So you want to go ahead and pinch the tissue like so. There's a danger zone right here, and there's a danger zone right here. So you want to make sure you stay without those danger zones, okay? You're going to go ahead and make a firm pressure, and then you go ahead and do an injection like so. All right, that particular one was a little large for this pen. So we're gonna do just 2 divisions. You're gonna pinch right in between my mapping. You're making a pillow for your applicator, and then you shoot it. And then you massage it. Very, very, very easy. And when you massage this area, it's good to go down like so. And you go ahead and fill that area. We're gonna go ahead and do one on this side to make it even. She doesn't really have much, we're just showing you. You're gonna go ahead and make that smush of a pillow. You're gonna place it and you're gonna shoot it. And then you're gonna massage it down, okay? So that's how you would do the nasolabial. I'm gonna show you really quickly how you could go ahead and apply some right into the center of the chin. Center of the chin is bony. When you have a bony area, okay? It's very easy to go ahead and do the treatment. You want to always pinch the tissue. You want to find where you want to apply the volume. I'm going to make a line right along there. So I know that's where I want to create volume for her. So I'm going to go ahead and pinch, press, shoot. Again, 2 divisions is all this pen is wanting to shoot with the 24 milligram filler. Some fillers are thinner and go in a little bit easier. Every single filler is different. You want to find the one that's appropriate for your client. That's how you go ahead and place it there. There's one more place that is a really popular area to treat with the Hyaluron pen, and that's the cheekbones. Very popular to treat the cheekbones so that you can get some height to the apples of the cheek and around here. All right, this is your temple. Temple is a danger zone. You never want to treat a client's temple. You never want to treat in their eye socket area. But if you go ahead and feel, you can feel her cheekbone and where it goes. And the easiest way to do this is to go like this from the lip, and you can draw some lines like so up the face, and then that is going to give you a really good angle. Wherever you would put highlighter right along the cheekbone is a really good place to go ahead and apply your filler. You can also feel here her apples of her cheeks if you want to create volume there, but most people like to stay right along the cheekbone. You can go ahead and smush the tissue and make your injection. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do that. You're going to pinch the tissue and make your injection. Pinch the tissue, make your injection. You're never injecting flat and directly into someone's face. You never want to do that. This is a really strong pressure, and it can really bounce off of something, cause some bruising, cause things that the client does not want. The whole point of this is to be much less invasive than a needle. So by pinching the tissue, creating a pillow for your Hyaluron pen, the filler will go in much more seamlessly.